Hello, welcome back. What we have here is I believe is a 1980 or an 81 Bobcat 843 with the Perkins. I think it's 4.152 or 153. I can't exactly remember. Anyway, so this thing was brought in. It wasn't running at all, and pulled the injectors. Put them on the test bench. They weren't generating anywhere near spec. All of them were opening at under 1500 psi. Spec is 1800 to 2200. 2200 being new, 1800 being acceptable. And so I replaced the nozzles on these injectors and did the compression check. We're all around 350. Maybe I can't remember what the exact numbers are. I think they're actually in the 360 to 370 range on all of these cylinders. But anyway, they're very close and they're all above 350. So all the compressions are good. So I put the new nozzles in, set the injectors to crack at 2200, got a nice chatter, got a nice misting of the fuel. So put them back in, and the engine now starts nice and easy, and it runs. It's just running rough. So the other thing that I'd done was I looked at the pump. Where is it? There it is. The injection pump, and this inspection cover had already been gotten into. There was no wire here. You're seeing a little bit of smoke here because I was just running it a minute ago. Anyway, there was no wire here. There was no tamper, lacquer pen or whatever on there. So someone had been in there before, and I think the timing circlip was off, because when I have my timing marks lined up, let's see if I can do this with one hand. I have these marks outside the engine here to make it easier for me. But there is a pin back here that engages the pulley, and I just have this mark here because that's telling me where the pin is, and that says where cylinder number 1 is top dead center. And I also have that mark right here to kind of help me. That just makes it easier for me to see. So the way this pump was set up before, it was set up to fire pretty late. It wasn't advanced enough. It was a little bit retarded. In other words, instead of 18 degrees, it was 18 degrees before top dead center. It was maybe 5 degrees before top dead center. So it was too late. Anyway, Perkins has this whole song and dance with taking a valve out and dropping on top of the cylinder and putting a dial caliper or dial gauge on there, measuring how far the valve moves up and down to determine where the 18 degrees before top dead center is. I've kind of bypassed all that and put a degree wheel right here and just marked, this mark is 18 degrees before top center. So then I rotated the engine back and then, got up to 18, and that's where I put the timing marks on the pump. Now the pump is advanced as far as it can go in its little adjustment slots. Sorry it's kind of a crappy. There you go. It's advanced as far as it can go. In fact, you can see there by that gasket, that's where the pump was. But right now it's advanced as far as it can go, and these lines aren't quite lining up, but they're closer than they were before. So anyway, it's still shaking a bit. So, by the way, I have this hooked up because this machine has a tendency to creep. Throttle. That's the electric fuel pump, by the way. We put an electric one in favor of the mechanical one. So, starts, runs. I mean, it's hitting on all cylinders, obviously. I was trying to use the temperature thing, but I couldn't see past all those cylinders. There's not a big disparity among the exhaust temperature of the 4 cylinders. And also, when I cracked the lines while the engine was running, I was doing that earlier, crack it a little bit and that cylinder starts to die. So there's no, it doesn't seem like there's one injector that's doing any more or less than the others. I seem to have a balanced situation, but still running rough. I think it probably should be smoother. Anyway, let me know what you think. Drop me a comment. Thanks.